South Africa has been a race that I've wanted to go to for a number of years. It's just been pretty early in the season, and I tend to race late in the season, so it's tough. There's a few things that are good for me. I think the run is a good fit for where my strengths are. The bike has a potential to be really windy, which has kind of lit my back up, especially early season in the past, but I think I'm on top of that. So I'm not extremely concerned about that right off the bat. The swim, if obviously it's been shortened or canceled a few times, which if that happens, we'll just roll with the punches. If it's a full swim and it's a really choppy one, that obviously suits the better swimmers, and there's plenty of good swimmers on the start line. And so it's going to be a really important first 500 meters, as always, but with the group that's going to be there, there's going to be a bigger front pack than normally would be at a race like South Africa, and that's a dangerous thing to have. If there's a big front pack, especially with the media of the pro races, we need the media there, but it does affect how hard it is to bridge up, because when you have more motos filming at the front, they obviously get a little bit of a boost to it. So, I mean, that's a necessary part of it. If they go away, the Pro Series goes away. We've got to fund it somehow, and the way we do it is with eyeballs on the screen. So, there's some risk in not having the best swim of your life, or not handling the chop. You know, it'll be my first real open water swim of the year. It's a little cold here in Colorado to be open water swimming, and that comes with some risks, but the fitness is there. I've just got to go out and execute. All right, it's time to race, I guess. Before we get too far into this, I do need to thank Delta G for sponsoring this video. If you've been following me through this journey, you've seen quite a few of the videos that I've done talking through how I use it during racing and training, why I use it, how to test it, how to set up your protocol, that type of thing. What I haven't done yet is talked about the use of ketones as kind of a daily maintenance thing, and using some of their other products like the Coffee Boost. And I'll do a full dedicated video to that here shortly. But for now, thanks to them for stepping up and sponsoring this video. Heading on into South Africa. Really, I've done the build that I'm gonna get leading into the first 3 races of the season. I'll go race South Africa, and then I'll come home, and I have, I believe, once I land, I have about 2.5 weeks to refine things, recover, and then do a little bit of training leading into Texas, and then I recover, and then I have 2 weeks until St. George. So really, this is the fitness that I have now is what I'm going to take into the first 3 races, and there's really not even that much time before Eagleman. So I'm going to have a bulk of the season done on the fitness that I have now, which is a little bit scary, but that's, I guess, kind of the way that I've always done it. Try to get really fit, race, take a break, and then kind of build the fitness again and do the same. It's just with the Pro Series timing and everything the way that it is this year, I had to push it all together, especially so I could fit in Challenge Rope into the mix. So this was the year where it made the most sense to head over to Rote. So that is kind of the bummer of everything, is I had to push things forward. Racing into December made it a little tight. I was pretty nervous mid-February going into the final 6 weeks build, but things really shaped up nicely, and I'm happy with where things are at. Swim-wise, I've done a fair bit of swimming right after hard workouts. Just with heading up to Boulder Tuesday, Thursdays, we run first, swim right after. So it's always a little bit harder to tell how things are going when I've just done a massive run and then go into my hardest swim of the week. So moving forward, we'll have to adjust that schedule somehow a little bit. I've tried to move the regular week around to make things a little bit more family friendly, to move my long ride to Friday, my long run on Saturday. And typically in the past on Mondays, I've had plenty of work, but a little bit easier stress day. And I've moved that to Sunday just so I can be a little bit more present on Sunday afternoons and have a little bit more of a family afternoon once workouts are done then. And so we're continuing to adjust the schedule, and that was one thing that I didn't love about this build, was how often I was swimming after, or having my key swims after a key run. And so yeah, I think I'm swimming well and it's in a good spot. We'll find out here pretty shortly, but that'll be an adjustment that we make as soon as we get back. Biking, I've done a lot of the work indoors. Obviously, it's been an interesting winter. I guess we're now into the first or second day of spring here, but where it would be really nice, but then 50-mile-per-hour winds. And so I've been able to get outside a few times, obviously, but I've done most of the 4 or 5 hour quality sessions inside. That's always great prep leading into a race like Ironman Texas, where you just have to put long, steady blocks into the headwinds and then the tailwinds. South Africa is a little bit different. There's a lot more breaks in it, so I would have liked to have been outside a little bit more often, but that just wasn't in the cards this year. Overall, the workouts seem to be going well. We'll find out what shows up on race day, I guess. And then the run, to be completely honest, I don't know of a time that I've been running better than I am right now, which is a little bit of a scary thing to say. I'm doing workouts that I wasn't able to hit in the short block that I did leading into CIM. It's been a lot of shorter intervals to be fair. The longest ones that I did were 2K repeats, but I did a block where I started with like 10 by 1K on the track, and then the second run in the afternoon was easy. The next week I did 10 by 1K, and then the second workout of the afternoon was 400s, and then I did the same with 8 by mile, and then 8 by mile with 400s, and then I did 7 by 2K, and then repeated that with 800s in the afternoon. And I couldn't have asked for that block to go better. That took a little bit out of the swim. Obviously, doing 7 by 2K at sub 5 minute mile pace and then going into a really hard swim right after is a big ask. And so I wasn't always swimming the best that I could have, but with how that whole run progression played out, I'm really happy about that. And then that's about it. I've got the fitness that I'm going to have leading into the first block of the year, and it's about time to go see how everything shakes out. So I think I've talked at you enough for this video. I'll come back, good, bad, or indifferent, with a recap of South Africa, and then obviously with a few thoughts leading into the next race, which is going to be turning around really quickly at Ironman Texas. So we'll see you then.